If I want to achieve something, I'll lock in for 6 to 8 months, continuous work ethic. I might take a break for 2 to 3 weeks. And then I'll lock in for another 8 to 12 months. Sometimes I'll go 18 months straight. My work life balance is what can I balance with doing the most work I can towards the goal while also enjoying working with my family, as in spending time with my family, making sure my children are being well educated, making sure I put work in for my body to be durable and as physically capable as possible, and also spending time with my wife because me and my wife have to make sure we keep our relationship intact. It's not just doing what we need to do as parents for our children, but doing what we need to do for each other as a relationship and a commitment to one another. A lot of people are going to say, sleep 12 hours. You sleep as much as you want. I'm going to sleep as much as I can, but as little as I can. So I may not sleep 8 hours. I might sleep six. I might even sleep four. And I'll push myself for 12 to 14, 16 hours if need be, because I've already laid out a plan. See, work life balance for me is write out what you want. Put 10 things on the paper, maybe even five. And the one thing that you need to do now or in the moment you can't go without right now, focus solely on that until you've completed it. Work day in and day out. Sleep only as much as you need to, not want, because everybody wants to sleep longer than they need to. And once you wake up from sun up to sundown, all you got to do is work towards that goal. Organize your day so that you can spend time with your family. Within the day, or at least after 2, 3, 4, 5 days consistently working, sleeping, you spend time with your wife and kids. Sometimes a lot of people will say they're spending time with their family, and you're not. You're on your phone, strolling, looking at Instagram and everything else that ain't benefiting you at all in life. Work ethic. A man must work. Work ethic is important. Don't worry about, oh, I need time for myself. No, you don't. You spent years spending time with yourself and you've done nothing but built bad habits. Okay, we got to counter that. See, this is the mindset I have, but I got this from my father. We don't play these games. You want to play a game, go be a professional game player, ball player, sports player. Because even then, you'll understand the work ethic is extremely high and the competition is even higher than the job you hate that you got to compete with to climb the corporate ladder or be an entrepreneur. Nothing about life was ever meant to be easy. That's why they say don't grow up fast. But work-life balance, to me, imagine if you work 6 months straight nonstop, 8 months straight nonstop, a year straight nonstop. You'll be far ahead in 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, a year than some people who've worked 6 years, 8 years, 12 years. A lot of people are going to say working so hard, you taking years off your life. You being stressed about money, you taking years off your life. You can't play me. I know this. I've been doing this. Some people are out here 20 years old, 22 years old. They're trying to be life coaches. What have you been through? Some of y'all drinking and smoking every day, and people are the ones with the statement of working is going to kill you. Meanwhile, they're intoxicated every day. They're smoking every day. They're doing all kind of stuff to their body. You can't fool me. You understand what I'm saying? Pay attention. If you risk a year of something, you can you can benefit from it. You can enjoy the fruits of that 5 to 10 years or even for the rest of your life. Because you've done what nobody else around you are doing with continuous effort, a longer time duration than anybody around you. And you learned so much so fast that you can be more efficient in the years to come. While other people are spending 5 to 10 years to learn what you've learned in 1 year, but they're getting older. After 10 to 15 years, 5 to 15 years, they cannot exert that energy with what they've learned as you will exert that energy with what you learned in 1 year. We don't talk about belittling people, but we got to state the truth, right? Work life balance, you got to put the work and life together. So some days you're not going to sleep 8, 12 hours. Some days you're not going to see the kids. Some days you're going to have to sacrifice hanging out with the boys, hanging out with your friends. You might even miss family gatherings. You might miss the Super Bowl or the World Cup or the Olympics or whatever it is. You might miss that premiere of what your favorite show. It'll always be there. You got highlights. You got reruns. You got people got paid subscriptions. Do it for a year. And if you don't like it, stop. But don't excuse doing it because it's uncomfortable. Because you possibly won't like the years to come, the next 5 to 10 years. My main goal is to have money work for me. I'm going to make money. I'm going to get older. It's going to become more difficult to make money if we're doing it from physical labor. Before you can have money work for you, you got to understand how to invest money, how to treat money. You got to change your mindset of money. But for most of us, we're going to have to work for that money first. So for instance, the more I make, the more I keep, the more I can invest, the more money works for me, the more money I can possibly make. It's not a guarantee, but doing nothing guarantees nothing. Work-life balance is going to be a little bit hectic in the beginning because in the beginning, you're going to put more effort and get less results. But over the long term, like I always say, you can put less effort and get more results. But you have to build that. You have to plant that seed. See, I already said, money doesn't get tired, but I will. As I get older, I'm going to run out of gas. I'm a human being. I'm a man, but I'm a human being. So the more money that I can get to work for me, the sooner, the better. The key is not to have a schedule and prioritize a full schedule. The key is to prioritize your priorities. You have to schedule your priorities first, not just have a schedule. You see, I don't comprehend anything else other than telling my wife and children I love them and getting to work. The grind, the grind, the grind. I will accumulate as much wealth as I can right now. Me and my wife will enjoy a little bit, and then we'll leave it to our children. And then my grandchildren will be able to benefit from that wealth. Work-life balance is having a goal. Work-life balance is understanding you're going to do a lot of things a lot of people don't agree with. You're going to do a lot of things a lot of people claim they can't do. They're just making a decision not to. Work-life balance is, what are your values? Do you value having options? Do you value sending your kids to a better school? Do you value putting yourself in a better position? Do you value having the best healthcare? Even if you think healthcare in America is bullshit, go to other countries. You probably will change your mind. Do you value having assets over liabilities? Do you value passing down wealth, not poverty? Do you value taking advantage of the country you live in? Because if you go to other countries, like I said, you probably will change your mind. You think you have it hard in America, go to another country. You'll come back and say, ooh, shit, I've been wasting time. It's like everybody put their problems on the table, right? Some of us will see somebody else's problems, we'll hurry up and grab our problems back. And we'll think to ourselves, my problems is not that bad. I just been sitting around just feeling sorry for myself. Work-life balance, once you accept there is no work-life balance, it's just do as much as you can within the day. Everybody got 24 hours. You will understand you need to do this as long as you can to put yourself in the best position possible, because we are living based on everybody prior to us. And our parents and grandparents did the best that they can with what they had. I will always say right here, right now is the best position as humans we've ever been in. Compared to the past, obviously there's still things going on that we don't agree with in life. But whatever we don't agree with that's going on right now, it probably was even more dramatic or more extreme in the past. Right here, right now, you have the opportunity to do something nobody before you has done, whether it's your family, community, anybody. But you have to focus on doing things that a lot of people won't do. If you knew better, you do better. If you understand this, you wouldn't have made those mistakes. All these things that people say, it comes from somebody has to do it first. And you're crazy until you become successful. Working 16 hours a day, investing in a company, starting a company, being an entrepreneur, being a manager, whatever it is, you can be a pilot. It's crazy until you're doing it and people see what comes with it. So for me, work-life balance, work on something 6, 8, 10, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Because whatever time frame it is, whatever time duration it is, you probably will enjoy the fruits of your labor times 3, 4, and 5. For me, that's work-life balance. I'll risk a year or two to live the rest of my life how I want. I'll risk 5 years of my life and in doing something that some people say is taking years off your life. And the rest of my life, I live great, while the rest of their life, slowly but surely, they're just taking years off their life by being stressed out, using drugs and alcohol to avoid their situations. And every time you wake up, your problems come right back and smack you in the face and say, hello, you thought I was gone? No, I'm here to remind you every day you have to deal with me until you deal with me. So either way it go, like I say, stress from no money or stress from having a lot of jobs and having money. Stress from sacrificing now or stress from dealing with the receipt when you got to accept it later on when you get that bill because you didn't sacrifice at all. Work-life balance is working and balancing your health as much as possible. But you're going to have to work because if you don't work, there is no life.